his mouth, what's in the corner of his mouth right here? I. And what's in the corner of his mouth here? E. That means sometimes he can make the I sound with this sound, and sometimes he makes the E sound in this corner of his mouth. So when we look at the word fry, F-R-Y, he's really making what sound? The I sound in the corner of his mouth. Now, here's where it gets tricky. This was in your book. We want to add something ED. And what does ED tell us? And it tells us that something already happened. See how the ED looks like a clock in her mouth? And the arrow is pointing backwards? It means something already happened. All right. So we want to add the ED to the end of the word. But now something weird is happening, because when we do that, it makes the consonant Y come in, and our word would be frigid. Frigid. So let's see what we need to do. We're going to go over here, and he's going to tell us what to do. When we want to add ED to a word, we change the Y to an I. Who is my very smart person who knew that? All right. We change the Y to I, and then we add ED. So really now it's spelled F, everybody, R, I, E, D. Right. So these words are the same, fried and fried, but we changed the Y to I when we added E, D. Okay, so it kind of looks like we have I and E together here, but really we have I that used to be a Y next to an ED ending on a word. All right, so I'm going to call on you. You spell the word fry. Spell it for me. Uh-huh.
Fry.
Uh-huh. How do you spell fried?
L-R-I-E-D.
Yes. And we knew ED was at the ending because that means it already. And he knew to change the Y to I. All right. Well, I can do the same thing if I want to add a plural. What's a plural mean? More than one. See how she has lots of snakes in her mouth? I can do the same thing. I can take my word fry, and if I want to add a plural to it, okay, I'm going to have to go back to my little boy, and I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do. I want to add my plural, and in order to add the plural, I have to change my Y to I, and then I have to add E-S. When I change my Y to I also have to pick up this little E in the corner of his mouth. So it's going to be like French, F-R, I, change my I, E-S, fries. I changed my Y to I, and then I added E-S. And his mouth told me exactly how to do that. You are very smart. I thought that was going to trick everybody, but everybody knew it. Let's see. Would you like to spell it? Go ahead and try. Fries.
F-R-I-E-S.
You got it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now I want to look at a different word. This was from your book too, wasn't it? Hurry. Let's look at the patterns of this, because I think you're going to see something that's very similar. You got H, U, R, I, not going to start with hurried, we're going to start with hurry. So I'm going to tuck those away for a minute, and we're going to look at this for a moment. All right. When you look at you are, Arlene is so mean, she controls everybody that's in front of her, okay? You cannot be in front of Arlene and say your own sound, all right? So this little you are, she's trying to say Arlene will not let her, okay? If you're a you are in front of Arlene, you have to say what sound? See the tiger stripes in her hair now? Okay. So ER says IR says and UR says You can put these different mouths inside of her face. You can put the IR mouth in her face or the UR mouth in her face, and she always says because she's got like a tiger face, doesn't she? All right. So,
the R away.
pardon?
She says the R.
She says rrr. This one says ruh. This one says when you put her with UR or IR or ER, she grows tiger stripes in her hair and she says rrr. So we're going to take our little UR and put her with the little R that has the UR tiger mouth. So our syllable now is going to be Now, we have another R, and we have our Y. Now, last time we had Y, what sound did he make at the end of the word? No, that was when we grown up.